Welcome back into K-Nation. K-State football said goodbye to 6 of its 7 captains from last year, but there is some returning leadership.
Yes, Austin Moore is the lone survivor for those keeping score at home. Glenn Kinley caught up with a couple of Wildcats in Vegas last week, and here are those interviews.
Marques, I'm curious how far you feel like you have come as a player in the last, let's say, 14 months.
It's just, I've grown so much just as a leader. Just my skill-wise, speed-wise, strength-wise, everything's just got, I developed into a whole different player.
You talk about growing as a person and as a leader. We didn't see you out there for that first game last year, and then from there, now you're one of the leaders selected to go to this event. How much do you feel like you've matured, and also what does it mean that they selected you to really represent the team here?
Just like you said, that maturity. Last year, when I first got there, I was still thinking I was a new guy just because everything was new, just like I was a freshman. So stepping up that mentality, just like I have experience, I did all this before, so changing my mindset, and then ever since then, it's just each week it got better, and I looked at it as a leader where they could trust.
As you take on more of a leadership role, what are some of those things that you're preaching to the guys around you in the defensive back room?
Just don't settle in the position you're in right now. Believe in yourself, believe in your ability, and keep working.
How much have you learned about leadership from Van Malone?
Huge. He's everybody who you look up to. You want to be him.
What are those characteristics, or like what does he do on a day-to-day basis? Because we hear from him here and there, but we don't see it like you see it.
He's just a person you can come to anytime about anything. He's just that, he builds that open relationship and that trust. And when you have that trust, you can just, sky's the limit when you have somebody that can believe in you, and then you have that trust together.
Kleiman was talking about how maybe you had an opportunity to see some of the guys before you, like Rusty East, Julius Brents, who maybe made a role transition and it worked out and got him to that next level. Do you feel like you're a guy who can play on Sundays someday? And how much, I guess, did seeing them before you motivate you to do that?
Most definitely, I feel like I can play on Sundays. And just seeing them is just seeing what they did to the provide to the team. My goal is to make it to the NFL, but I'm here to help the team. So my mindset is shying away from the NFL and just worried about the team.
Absolutely. What's an area of your game that you take a lot of pride in?
I'll just say being physical, being that tough guy. When he's hurt, he's going to work through it. When you need somebody that's going to step up in that big role, he's going to do it.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Hadley, one thing everybody talking about leading into the 2024 season, you guys lost some really, really good offensive linemen.
Yes, sir.
I think you'd agree, though, that you guys returned some guys that are proven at the Big 12 level. What's your confidence level in that group to really not just be okay, but be really good like you guys were last year?
Yeah, I think just try to keep the message the same, is that, losing a lot of guys, you lose Cooper and Hayden and Duff and KT and stuff, but you don't have to be the next, I don't have to be the next Cooper Beebe. You don't have to be the next KT or Duff or Hayden or whatnot. We just have to go out there and be the best versions of ourselves. Once it comes time to the season stuff, then we'll find out what we're made of.
How big of a change or adjustment has it been to have your position coach now coaching the entire offense? Have you still gotten to spend plenty of time with Connor Riley, and what's that look like?
Yeah, and I'll say this, that as far as just Coach Riley being the OC doesn't change anything from him. He's going to show up and be the same person every single day. It's on us as leaders in the offensive line that whenever he is gone, we're maximizing our time and that there is no slack in it. We're still rolling without him.
You're here with a bunch of Kansas kids, and you play with even more Kansas kids. What does that mean to you, not only to have Kansas kids on your team, but to see this new staff, who maybe didn't have a ton of Kansas ties when they got here, continue to make that a priority?
I think it's huge. You look at, Austin Moore and Avery, being in-state Kansas guys, and, it's just a testament to the kind of players that we have in Kansas. People maybe overlooked us, and kind of look at what we're doing now. We're not perfect by any means, or we're not at the top yet, but that's what we're working for.
I want to hear you talk about Avery Johnson and how he has kind of taken the reins of this offense as a guy who's still one of the youngest guys in the room.
Right. I think, the biggest thing people want to see and are curious about is if he can throw the ball. And obviously we've seen from the Texas Tech game that he can run it, and in the bowl game, I don't think we allowed him to, as an offensive line, we allowed him to reach his potential as far as throwing the ball down the field. I think there's always something better that we can do up front. So I think this year is let him sit in there in the pocket, protect him, build that pocket for him so he can deliver the ball down to our playmakers.
Have you seen it in practice, though? I mean, you can attest probably as well. He has the arm.
Oh, yeah, he's got the arm. Yeah, people will see that for sure.
Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.